Hey guys, welcome to the Common Sense Football Show and welcome to today's show. As promised, very entertaining show in store for you guys today. We're going to focus on Spurs and Chelsea and what is the managerial merry-go-round that is happening at those two football clubs. And we're also going to briefly focus on some transfers specifically to Chelsea, Manchester United and Arsenal that could be key to next season. But first things first, Spurs. Alright, listen, I'm not going to rub salt in the wound. I'm an Arsenal supporter. Spurs getting smashed 6-1 at St James's Park by Newcastle. Newcastle look fantastic. They're flying. They look to be getting into that top four with style. And Spurs are going out with an absolute whimper. Totally Spursy. Stellini has been sacked. Antonio's number 2, Spurs caretaker boss, has been sacked as of yesterday. And it looks like Nagelsmann wants the job and is odds on to get the job. When he's going to start, we don't know. Is it going to be now? Is it going to be the end of the season? Is there going to be another caretaker in charge at Spurs? It's a total mess at that club. Now, like I said, I don't want to rub salt in the wound. Spurs are doing it for themselves. Some Spurs fans are mocking Arsenal, the club that I love, and us Arsenal fans saying, oh, we've bottled the league, we're not going to win the league. But listen, Spurs, stay in your box. I just want to get that clear. Stay in your box. You're not a big club historically. You're not a relevant club now. You're not a big club globally now. You don't win anything. You've never won anything. Arsenal are a juggernaut of a football club with fantastic history, winning history, past and present, and will do in the future with a massive global fan base. One of the biggest clubs in the world, legitimately. Spurs are not on Arsenal's level. And even if Arsenal do not win the league, it's still been a fantastic season because we're going to finish second at least. And that was not what anyone expected. But I still have faith Arsenal will win the league because I have to get behind my football club. So please, Spurs fans, stop being so delusional. Your club is crap. It's always been crap. It doesn't matter what the media say because the England captain plays for him and you've had certain English players like Dele Alli, other England sweethearts play for him. You're crap. You don't win anything. You've never won anything. Stay in your box. Humble yourself. You're not a big club. And you should be happy. You should be happy that Daniel Levy he's made your club financially stable. People like Beyonce, the NFL, they go there and they bring money to your club. And they put money in Daniel Levy's pocket. Be happy with that. But please, you're in no position to cuss any football team, especially Arsenal. Stay in your box. Know what you are. Be humble. Support your club. Get behind your shit club. And that's it. And watch us. Watch high up. Watch what we're doing. Because this season has been a success for Arsenal and there are trophies incoming for my club, I have no doubt, in the near future. But what does the future hold for Spurs? Nagelsmann looks set. Well, he wants the job. Like I've said earlier, whether it's going to be now or whether it's going to be in the future, we don't know. Are they going to get another caretaker manager? I don't know. I'm keeping a close eye on the situation. I think Mason is still in situ. He hasn't been sacked along with Stellini. It was a shocking performance, absolutely shocking. But you know what? It didn't really surprise me. Spurs have shocking, awful players. The likes of Dyer, Hugo Lloris, who's gone. Romero, who is gone. He's not the same as he is in an Argentina shirt. Harry Kane got his goal. But, Harry Kane's looking at, he wants to go, doesn't he? So I don't know what's happened to Son. Kulusevski, he doesn't want to be there. There's a big rebuild that Spurs need to do, getting a lot of the crap out and seeing how they can recruit. Harry Kane is going. Use that money that you're going to get for Harry Kane to try and rebuild the football club and to try and rebuild the football team. But the current team is an absolute shambles with players that are just not good enough at this level. Newcastle, top 4 awaits them. Great manager, Eddie Howe. Fantastic recruitment, not spent over the odds. And their talisman, Isaac, fantastic debut season in the Premier League. Newcastle have a bright future ahead of them with Eddie Howe in situ leading that football club. Nagelsmann, it seems that he's keen on the Spurs job. I think that'll be a good appointment for Spurs. It won't be enough to keep Harry Kane at the football club, but he's a young, bright manager, and if he is backed and if there is a long-term project that he can get behind, you know, there could be success at Spurs in some shape or form. I just hope Spurs do not destroy Nagelsmann as they have destroyed so many coaches before him, winning coaches. But it looks like Nagelsmann is the odds-on favourite for the Spurs job. When he's going to come in, we don't know. That is yet to be seen. Chelsea Football Club. It looks like, surprisingly, Nagelsmann and Enrique have come out the race, and Pochettino is on the verge of joining and managing Chelsea Football Club. What an absolute surprise that has been to the football world. That came out of nowhere. You know, with Poch's relationship with Spurs, the job he done at Spurs previously, and Spurs and Chelsea being arch enemies. No one thought this was... I didn't see it coming. I didn't think Poch would do it, but this is apparently the job he wants. You know, a lot of people thought he would have waited for the Real Madrid job if Ancelotti was to go, but it looks like things have happened and things have aligned for him to want this job and for him to be on the verge of it being announced. Now, Chelsea have held talks with him. Apparently everything has been agreed. Pochettino has told his staff, get ready, we're in a job pretty soon. And it looks like this is going to happen pretty soon. Now, Pochettino is a good manager. He's a young manager. He, you know, done well with Spurs, you know, when Spurs, well, at their, you know, the golden generation of Spurs, didn't win anything there, got them to a Champions League final that I believe himself, he cost Spurs any chance that they had, starting an injured Harry Kane who wasn't fully fit, in place of a Mora who was on fire at that time, scoring 2 goals in a previous tie against Ajax to get them into that position. That winning goal, amazing in stoppage time. So he should have started Lucas Moura, and swapping Lucas Moura for Harry Kane, and also Llorente, the big target man that they had, that played a massive part in their Champions League run. Llorente and Moura link up was amazing, but as soon as Harry Kane was available, even if he wasn't at 100%, Pochettino decided to drop them both and bring Harry Kane in, and you know, the rest is history. Liverpool winning 2-0 and Harry Kane being completely pocketed by Matip the whole game. Now, if Poch had any brains and if he had any cojones, grapefruits, he would have said to Harry, listen, you're not fit, mate. We're going to start with Moura, who's on fire, Llorente, who's a massive target man, all the other runners. Dele Alli was on form during those years. Sonny was playing well. Moura was playing well. Those 3 could have ran off Llorente when Llorente would hold things up and use his physicality and his size, and he would have been a much more tougher proposition for Van Dijk and Matip to handle with all those runners coming off him than a not fit, immobile Harry Kane. And if Spurs needed him when Liverpool were tiring, you could bring Kane on with 20 minutes, 15 minutes to go. He would have been more impactful with a tiring Liverpool defence, or even bring him on for penalties if that was the situation. But he didn't, and it cost Spurs any chance that they had. They still might have lost, but they would have had a better chance with that team, Moura and Llorente over Kane in attack. He went to PSG, you know, things went a bit sour at Spurs. You know, he wasn't getting backed, blah, blah, blah. Him and Levi were butting heads. He went to PSG. Didn't do so well the first season. Ended up getting a Ligue 1 title. So, he's got that trophy in his cabinet. Not such a big deal at PSG because they do dominate the French league quite often. And he's been out of a job since. He's been linked to a couple of jobs, but it looks like the Chelsea job is going to be the job he's going to get. Now, Is it good for Chelsea? Yes, I do think it's good for Chelsea. I think that Pochettino can make them a solid top 4 team. Whether or not he's learned enough in his managerial career as of yet to push them onto that next level, that's yet to be seen. He is overrated. I believe he's overrated by the English media and pundits because of the job he done at Spurs and, Dele Alli, Harry Kane, which were the English football sweethearts at the time. Harry Kane still is. Dele Alli's fallen off a cliff. And, that sort of link, the English pundits sort of build Pochettino to a level that he's not at. Example, the Man United job that he was linked with, they said that he was better than Ten Hag. Obviously, Ten Hag is a better manager than Pochettino, but I still think Pochettino is a good manager and will make Chelsea top 4 contenders, I have no doubt, even though there's a lot of surgery needed in that Chelsea squad and there's a lot of players that need to go. It'll be interesting to see how the players will improve under Poch, players like Mudryk, players like Enzo. Will he keep players like Kante, Reece James? He's going to stay. How will he improve? Is Mason Mount going to go? Is he going to stay? So it's going to be a very interesting summer at Chelsea, the ins and outs, and also how Pochettino will improve that team in the coming season. Exciting times for Chelsea. If there's any Chelsea fans watching, please let me know what you think of the imminent managerial appointment of Pochettino to your football club. So, Pochettino going to Chelsea. Does that mean that Harry Kane is going to follow him there? Well, that's the rumours. The rumours are that Harry Kane could be open to a move to Chelsea, and that would be a bitter pill to swallow for the Spurs fans. Now, according to viable reports, Manchester United have already begun dialogue with Harry Kane and his representatives to see if they can get this deal done. Apparently, he is the number 1 target for the striking position, as I knew he would be, because he's Premier League proven and he still has another 4 years at the top. But we all know that Chelsea, they tend to swoop in and to sabotage transfer targets. They've done it with Arsenal, they've done it with other clubs. So, with City as well. So, Manchester United are going to have to work quickly to get this done. Now, Levi is in a very strong position. He wants to sell to Europe, ideally cheaper, 80 million, according to reports. He'll be willing to sell to European clubs. But if he's going to sell domestically, it's going to cost more money, 100 million upwards. Chelsea will pay. Chelsea have paid ridiculous amounts of money for players that are not worth anywhere near it. So Chelsea will pay. Harry Kane is Premier League proven. Easily he's going to get 20 goals a season, 25, 30 goals a season in the Premier League. So they'll pay what Daniel Levy asked for. The only problem is, will Harry Kane want to go to Chelsea? Will that tarnish his Spurs legacy? The fans won't be happy. Their ex-coach going there and one of their greatest players, if not their greatest player of all time, going to the Chelsea, one of their arch rivals. Kane is going to have hard decisions to make this transfer window. I'm pretty sure that he will not be staying at Spurs, and he will be going to another club. Newcastle, I don't think will come in for him. They look pretty safe in the striker department with Callum Wilson and Isaacs up front. Isaac is a phenomenal striker. So it looks like his only 2 domestic options would be Chelsea and Manchester United. I think Kane would prefer to go to Manchester United. Champions League football already there. Well, near enough guaranteed that they'll get Champions League football, and a club that has already won a Carabao Cup could win the FA Cup. And it looks like they're on an upward winning trajectory. And, it's not going to tarnish his legacy as much as it would go into Chelsea. But then again, the pros of Chelsea, he's going back to a coach that knows him so well, that he knows so well, that they've had amazing times together. So what does Kane do? Levi can push the price up. Chelsea will pay that price. Maybe Man United have a cap on the money that they're willing to spend with Harry Kane. So if it's a case that Chelsea are willing to pay what Levi wants and Spurs wants, and Man United are not, what is he going to do? He might be forced to go Chelsea. Because, you know, Chelsea have a much more chance of winning silverware and getting into the top 4 next season, I believe, with Poch and with Harry Kane in situ. It's going to be interesting. Let's see what happens. So, with Harry Kane being the main target, which it seems for Chelsea and Manchester United, where does that leave the future of Victor Osimehn, my Niger brother, my Nigerian brother? Well, I don't know. According to reports, Bayern Munich are very keen on him, and Osimehn is pretty keen on the move to Bayern Munich. But Arsenal, could Arsenal swoop in? Now, according to reports, there's sort of three attackers that they're interested in. Rafinha, Zaha and Neto. Zaha would be on a free, but they're not strikers. I believe Arsenal need a killer in the attacking positions, a killer striker, someone that's going to guarantee 20, 25, 30 goals a season. That would be Victor Osimehn. How does that deal get done? If Arsenal don't have the available funds, or they've got funds on a Declan Rice or another player, how does that get done? Now, this is going to be controversial. I don't know if Saka signed his new contract yet, but if he is, and if he's stalling, and if he wants any special things, you know, that, I don't know, what he wants, sell him. Sell Saka. Saka is a good player, but an overrated player by pundits, sports media, and many fans, Arsenal mostly. He's overrated. He's a good player, that is it, with a cap ceiling. But he's also Arsenal's most valuable player. Sell him, get 120 million pounds for him, spend that money to get Victor Osimehn, bring him in, a truly world-class striker, and then that 250 grand you were going to give Saka, spend 150 grand on it on Victor Osimehn, that'll be almost doubling his wages that he gets at Napoli, and spend the other 100 grand on Zaha, who can get for a free. He can come to the club he supports, and he'll get a nice wage, probably for the last big contract of his career. That would make Arsenal stronger. If you sell Saka for 120 million, spend that money on Osimehn, that 250 grand wages you're going to spend it on Osimehn and Zaha, that would make an Arsenal a stronger team. Tell me what you think, guys. Are Arsenal stronger with Saka signing a new contract, or Arsenal selling Saka, getting Victor Osimehn, getting Zaha for free, and using that 250 grand wages that they're reportedly going to give Saka, using it on both of them? Because I think that Arsenal would be stronger and would be firm title contenders with Victor Osimehn, Zaha, Martinelli and Trossard there rotating, and a Smith Rowe. And a Gabriel Jesus, I forgot about him. Gabriel Jesus on the right, Victor Osimehn up front, and Martinelli on the left. That just makes me go mad thinking about that attacking line. Jesus on the right, Osimehn spearheading, and Martinelli on the left. And then you've got the likes of Trossard and Zaha and Smith Rowe that you can rotate. Isn't that depth? Isn't that depth? That's what I would do if I was in Edu's position. That's what I would do. Please, Arsenal fans, tell me what you think. Do you think that would be smart business for Arsenal to do it like that? Because look at what Liverpool done with Coutinho. A supposedly unsellable player. They sold him for 140 million to Barca, and then they went and got Van Dijk and Alisson, and the rest is history. Why don't Arsenal do that as well? Sell an unsellable player who is overrated but a good player. Get a truly world-class striker in Victor Osimehn. Get Zaha, who is a proven quality winger, seasoned Premier League winger. That would make Arsenal stronger. Gabriel Jesus on the right, Martinelli on the left, Osimehn up front. Rotate Trossard, Zaha and Smith Rowe. Rotate, depending on the games or the competitions Arsenal are involved in. That's what I would do. Please, guys, I've been very animated this video, but these are things that are very, very close to my heart. And, you know, please, guys, let me know what you think about the topics discussed in this video. Whew. So, tune in for tomorrow's video, which we will be previewing the massive game between Manchester City and Arsenal. Like I've said, I believe the key to that game is a Jorginho and Partey double pivot with Odegaard playing in front of them. I believe Arsenal can win that game and even dominate the midfield with those three playing in that position. Saka, as good as he's been, just sit this one out, because Jorginho is the sort of player you need in this game. I don't know what Arteta's going to do. Let me know what you think, guys, of the topics we discussed. Please smash the like, subscribe, share the channel, comment, and I'll see you guys for the next one. Peace.